Today, I'd like to share with you 5 discipline secrets for parents by Meg Meeker, a parenting expert with a lot of good advice for us. The first thing that she says is treat your child not as they are acting, but how you want them to be. And when we say how you want them to be, we mean their character. What kind of character do you want to see them develop in their life? The way that you treat them, the way that you speak to them will have a great impact on the character they develop. Talk to them as if they're not a screw up, because kids tend to rise or fall according to your expectations. Number 2, she says, walk away from power struggles. Volatile situations only change through calming. When our emotions are elevated, those parts of our brain that deal with logic don't work so well when the parts of our brain that deal with strong emotion are lighting up. So it's better to walk away. It's better to calm down. It's better to come back to the situation when you're calmer. There are very, very, very few situations that have to be resolved right now. So if emotions are high, if a power struggle is very volatile, walk away, walk away. And then number 3, always follow through with what you say. If you react and you start making threats and promises that are out of proportion to the crime, then you either have to backpedal and apologize and get out of it, or you have to follow through in a way that ultimately can be very damaging to your relationship with your child. So try to make the punishment fit the crime, and so that you can follow through with what you say. Getting it out the front end will be so much easier at the back end, but don't overdo it at the beginning. Fourthly, listen more and talk less. When kids feel heard, they feel respected. This is true for adults too. When they feel respected, they act respectful. This is true for adults as well. So model listening so that they learn listening. Get down at eye level. If you're bigger than your kid, and you probably are, then get down on your knees or put them up in your lap, or squat down next to the chair they're sitting on. But get eye level with them and listen to what they're saying. And make it active listening. Mirror back what you hear them saying to you. So you can also mirror back a question to them. You can say, for example, you're right. I can't force you, but what will happen if you don't make the right choice? Get your kids to consider, as you're listening to them, as you're mirroring back what you hear them saying, and as you mirror back a question to them, get them to consider the long-term consequences. Get them to consider what's going to happen according to the choices that they're going to make. And then number 5, give a consequence that really matters. And I really want to encourage parents. We did this with our kids. Get your kids involved in a plan, a written out plan where they have input. So you're looking at the behavior that needs to be addressed. You're looking at the attitude that needs to change. You're looking at goals that need to be reached. And when good behavior happens, or when bad behavior happens, or when the goals are reached, or when they're not, or the attitude doesn't change from bad to good, what are the consequences going to be? And I think it's a great idea to invite your kids to give the answer to that. write this out and make it an agreement. And so when the kid doesn't follow through, you don't have to get in an argument. You don't have to talk about whose fault it is. You just hold up the agreement and you say, what did we decide on together here? What did you, some might even have a line at the bottom where they sign their name. This is what you decided. This is what we decided. And now you made a decision, and this is the consequence. So here are 5 very short but very important ways that we can discipline our children in a way that will be good for them, good for us, and hopefully help move them on the path that's a good path and a right path, so that we are disciplining more than we are punishing.